Setting up the hotel property can be easily and quickly performed by using Quick Setup menu found on the left side on the Setup part. All the necessary setup elements are grouped as tabs, and user can easily navigate through these. Some of the fields in the General Information part and User part are already filled out since we entered them during registration process. All the other tabs will be blank and you will be able to manually enter each one of the property definitions. However, there is a quicker and easier option to proceed with setting up the hotel property. By clicking on this action icon, we may select Create Default Data, and default data for each segment will automatically come. Now, when you go to the initially blank tabs and refresh the list, you will see default data already created for you. With a double click on the desired row, you can edit the existing record or use the plus button to add the new one. This will save you a lot of time and speed up the setting up process so that you can start using your Elektraweb as soon as possible. First segment is general information where you can enter basic data about the hotel, such as logo, hotel description, address, and similar. Bear in mind that information you enter in this part will be also visible on your hotel's online reservation page that comes together with your Elektraweb account. Subdomain for the reservation page's URL can be easily customized according to your preferences. Users tab. For each person that we want to allow access to the system and define his/her role in it, we should fill out New Entry under User Definitions tab. Make sure you enter the user's email and mobile phone number so that users can receive confirmation when requesting a new password. Additionally, if the hotel's logo is entered in the Hotel Information section, a digital business card printout can be generated for each user. This digital business card can be saved on your mobile phone and you can distribute your contact information by simply scanning the QR code displayed. Finally, you can set up additional role for this specific user if you want this person to see and work in the other parts of the program. Defining room types. To define a room type, you can use the plus button to add a new room type, or with a double click, you can change the existing one. From the room type screen, you can save the visuals and information related to the room. You can activate or deactivate B2C or B2B settings depending on whether you wish for these informations to be visible to travel agencies or end users on your online reservation page. In the guest information section, you should enter details such as the maximum and minimum number of adults, babies and children allowed to stay in the room. By defining price multipliers for the related room type, we will be able to determine online prices based on the number of guests staying in the room. For example, if you use the rate factors as shown on this screen, once you define the double room price, prices for all other room types will be automatically generated. To illustrate, if you enter price of 100 euros for double room, price for single will be 75 euros, while for triple, 135 euros. This feature will provide you with the flexibility to dynamically adjust prices based on the number of occupants and pricing factors you decide. Finally, you may select among the most common room features to display these on the online reservation page. Board type definitions. To define the new board type, you may click the plus button, or with a double click, you can update the existing one. Fill in the required fields on the Open Board Type screen to add a new board type. In board type definitions, we should enter the board type name and related code and match it with the one from the system. There is also a possibility to indicate which meal is available at arrival or departure from the hotel. If an additional charge per person is applicable for adults and children, it can be specified here. Typically, when there are multiple board options in a hotel, the second and third board type can be of extra charge. In this case, we will use this segment below to determine how the daily price will change. For example, if the double room rate with breakfast included is 100 euro and the dinner board has an additional charge of 15 euro per person, then the double room price will be 130 euros when the half board is selected. If the board price differences is not per person but for the entire unit, it should be written in the extra unit price section. Rate type definitions. Most commonly used rate types are refundable and non-refundable. When you want to define the new price type, click the plus button, fill in the required information on the screen, add the desired features, and complete the registration process to create a new price type. Room definitions. This is the part where you may define the exact room numbers, location, and more detailed features of each room unit. To create a new room, simply click the plus button, or you may change the existing default one. By clicking on these three button icons, you may select among the existing default features or enter the new ones with plus button. In order to avoid adding each room unit one by one, you may select Room Replication under Action menu. Define how would you like your room numbers to increase and how many rooms of this kind would you like to start with the same number. After clicking the Submit button, all these rows will be automatically filled out. Department definitions. In this area, we define physical locations where the payments are collected and revenue acquired in a hotel. Default ones will be listed, with the possibility for you to edit these by double-click on the desired row, or by clicking the plus button, you may define a new department. Cash, credit card, and City Ledger as forms of payment are coming by default. City Ledger is a hotel's accounting method for tracking non-guest transactions. Money that a hotel handles that is not attributable to a currently registered guest, but for the example travel agency or a company organizing some kind of seminar or event in your hotel, becomes a part of the City Ledger and is handled by the accounting department in the back office. Revenue codes definitions. We are using this segment to add a new revenue group. We can use or edit the existing records, while with the plus button, a new revenue group can be created. Several types of revenue codes may be registered here, and since these may have different VAT values, each one of them can be registered separately. Channel definitions. Before starting the channel connections on Elektraweb, you must contact the relevant channel and have your hotel registered. Under the main settings part, first you should select the channel from drop-in menu. Next, you should fill out your unique ID, user code, and password associated with the channel. You should select the agency code from the default list in here or add the new one with the plus button. Next, you should enter the currency in which your room prices are shown in the channel. Finally, you can use price multiplier in case you want to automatically send prices increased or decreased by certain percentages compared to your standard hotel prices. After filling the relevance field, make sure to save the changes and then click on the Fetch Data from Channel button. Here you will see two groups of data under two colors, blue or yellow color. Blue ones are room type and rate type data defined in the channel, and yellow ones are those that we have to manually enter based on the data that we set up in our system. Once you have finished with the mapping and saved all the changes, your hotel settings procedure is completed. Now you're ready to start using your Elektraweb system and benefit from all the advantages this program has to offer.